Original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is a mini episode, which is a shorter version of our larger episodes. Today, we are going to be talking about Lady Gaga and the crazy thing that happened with her dogs recently. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stetton.
And I'm producer Maria.
You sure are.
Okay.
Say it and mean it. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this, but this is truly insane. Lady Gaga's dog walker was walking her 3 French bulldogs a few days ago, and 2 men, and I think it was a white van, pulled over and shot.
No. It was like a blue Chevy.
Okay.
It's like a blue Chevrolet.
Sorry, I was being racist against white vans. This is the car of most crimes.
You were thinking about when you were getting kidnapped and you
Yes.
yelled, "You're the chief of police."
Yeah. And he got shot 4 times in the chest. They stole 2 of
No,
the
he
dogs.
got shot once.
No, he didn't. He got shot 4 times.
I thought they fired the gun 4 times.
He got shot. Melissa, why don't you, you tell the story. Melissa, what happened?
It wasn't a white van. You're having flashbacks to when you got kidnapped. Allie.
Sorry,
When
I'm
you
having
shit your
I'm
pants.
having a PTSD moment. Melissa, what happened to this guy?
A 30-year-old man who is Gaga's dog walker because she's in Italy. He was out walking the dogs on North Sierra Bonita Avenue, which is in West Hollywood, which is like pretty close to where I live.
Yeah, I was going to say that's near you.
Yeah, it was about 9:40, and these 2, I'm going to say guys.
No, it's guys. They said said they have descriptions of them.
They came out, and he was walking 3 dogs. What were their names? One's
Koji, one's Gustav, and I don't know what the third one is.
Miss Asia, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they came out and they were like, "Give me the dogs." And he was like screaming. There's a video of it, surveillance video from someone's like Nest camera. They're like, "Give me the dogs." And he's screaming. He's like, "No, no." And they're like, "Give me the fucking dogs." I don't know if I heard a gunshot, but I think it was like.
You heard it?
You could hear it in the surveillance video.
Oh, I
She
thought you
didn't
meant
hear
from
it
your
from her
house.
bedroom. She
I
wasn't.
thought you meant from her house.
No, I wasn't like on what's that Citizen app? And was like, "Does anyone else hear gunshots?" And, like, I'm next door.
They're fireworks.
They're fireworks.
It's fireworks, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
It's always fireworks.
I know.
And yeah, they came out and they took the dog and then they shot him. And he was
insane.
like on the ground, like screaming. He's like, "I've been shot. Someone help." And one of the dogs, I think it was Miss Asia, she was like running around because the car sped off.
Oh my God.
And he was just on the ground and the dog was like next to him and he was just like, "Help me, I've been shot." So like screaming, and finally like a neighbor came out walking, was like, "Oh my God, what?" And then like they called the police.
Jesus Christ. And the dog walker, just to say, he is in the hospital and he's going to be okay. He was hospitalized in critical condition, but he's going to make a recovery. So that is great. But horrible and scary. Lady Gaga is offering $500,000 to anyone who returns the dogs. No questions asked. She set up an email, Koji and Gustav at gmail.com. To retrieve the reward.
Oh, maybe he was shot 4 times. There's 2 different articles. One say he was shot 4 times and one says he was shot 1 time, but they shot the gun 4 times.
Interesting how things turn out.
Interesting. But the FBI or like a police officer, I was watching the news yesterday and they're kind of upset at Lady Gaga saying no questions asked.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Like, no, this is a crime. Like, we need to find these people. Don't make it.
Yeah, do you think the dog walker like woke up from surgery and he was like, "We're gonna get those guys," and then someone was like, actually Lady Gaga has said that if the dogs return, no questions asked." And he's like, "But I was shot." Yeah. And they're like, "Well,"
because the police, the person on the news was like, "This sets a bad precedent that it's like you can steal someone's dog and you get a reward and get away with it." So they're like, no, we're solving this.
Which, I mean, we'll talk about this in a second. I think people are kind of running as a business. Like there's like a stolen dog underground thing that's going on. But my question was like kind of what we just got to is Lady Gaga isn't above the law. Like this, they're going to be prosecuted if they do come forward. Like you can't just shoot someone and Lady Gaga is like, no, it's cool. I'm not upset about it. Like,
yeah,
it's not whether or not the person's pissed.
What it probably is, though, what she's saying is, though, return the dogs. No questions will be asked, but the investigation will still probably continue.
Yeah.
But it's like, just return the dogs. Just return the dogs.
She won't file for the dogs being stolen.
Yes.
But the
which
shooting.
is crazy. That's what weirds me about them shooting the guy, because it's like,
right, why would you shoot it if you're looking for a reward?
If that's what they were doing,
I think that they were just stealing them because French bulldogs are like a hot commodity lately.
Which is insane. My first instinct, which now I believe to be wrong, is I was like, okay, the dog walker was in on it. He was like staging something because he wanted to like get the ransom and whatever. I know, allegedly. This is what I thought allegedly in my brain. I take that back now that I know the severity of like what happened to him and all this crazy stuff and like being shot 1 to 4 times and, you know, all this.
That's a good plan.
You thought he was like Gone Girling it. He was like he was like banging his head against like a window or so, like a mirror, and like bloodying himself up and then going like, help. That's what you were saying.
I've thought about doing that when I worked at a restaurant.
Oh God, Melissa.
No, I would never do it, but like I would have to pick up like sometimes like $15,000 in cash from the bank, because the restaurant I worked at, he paid his employees in cash because they were
under
illegal.
the table.
And yeah, so I had to go to the bank once a week and pick up like between 10 to 20 grand in cash. It was weird because I would go and I would have like all this money in my car. I'm like, wait a minute, if I could stage a robbery, someone could steal the money, then we could split it. And then I was like, this is not gonna.
Well,
but people have done that before.
Oh, for sure. Maria, you should have Melissa be in charge of the finances for Erios.
No thanks.
A hard pass.
I've got $50 in my car from Erios. What am I gonna do with this whole $50?
Melissa, do you want to split it 25-25?
Do you guys remember seeing, this was going around Instagram like a month ago, this woman in San Francisco had her French bulldog stolen, and she posted pictures. She got like mugged and like her face is all bruised.
Oh my God.
And it was her French bulldog puppy. It was just 2 guys like just jumped out of a car, beat her up, stole her 5-month-old French bulldog, and she hasn't been able to find it since.
Oh, that's horrible.
So what is going on with French bulldogs?
Well, it's crazy. So I found this article on Slate, and it's so are French bulldog thieves just running around stealing dogs. It's from February 25th, 2021. So yesterday. So when are we? And it talks about what happened to Lady Gaga, and apparently this isn't the first French bulldog napping in even the past few weeks.
Yeah.
And it says French bulldogs are very expensive to breed thanks to testing, artificial insemination, and C-section births.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait,
They
Maria.
can't give birth.
Maria,
Yeah.
you have a French bulldog.
Yes, I do.
What's going?
Yes,
Did you steal it?
She came from unknown circumstances. She was sitting in someone's car and no one was there, so I said, "Come on over." No, it's Frenchies within the last couple of years have become a hot commodity because they're so lovable and cute. And I guess they can't have birth naturally, so they are like C-section dogs.
That's insane. So like how in the wild I guess they didn't. They're
well, they're not, because they're bred to like
they're bred to look like that.
Yeah.
I was like, how in the wild?
Poor dogs.
Wild dogs.
Yeah, they're feral. The feral French bulldog.
How old is Piggles?
Piggles is about 6. She's gonna be maybe.
Oh, so you've had her a while. Before it was cool.
Yeah.
To have
Wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they can't even, I mean, according to this, they don't even have sex with one another. It's artificial insemination.
Oh, it is.
So it's a whole thing in order to get a French bulldog. I had no idea either.
That's why it's so expensive.
And they say that depending on the lineage, like if it's a show puppy or whatever, they can sell for up to $12,500.
Jesus.
On the low end, $2,000. I mean, that's one reason to maybe steal the dog. And people are imagining like probably Lady Gaga's dogs are probably well-bred, maybe like show dog lineage.
The third most frequently stolen dog in the United States is the French bulldog.
What's number one? I wonder.
Number one is...
Boss dog.
Maltese.
What? Boss dog? Boss dog would get
Pomeranians and Maltese. Pomeranian? Yorkshire Terrier is the most stolen breed of dog in America.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
Because Wizard of Oz.
That's got it. A lot of people on the streets are huge fans of Wizard of Oz.
Are these dogs that are in dog shows often, I guess? You could win money?
Well, I think their lineage is their dog show dogs and like toy dogs. Like I think a lot of it came from Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie in that age of them carrying around all these like toy dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And Britney Spears. And then they became really popularized. So then these like small, cute dogs became popular and then thus more expensive. And so there's a real market for them. Like if you look on, I always suggest getting a dog from a shelter.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of like these backyard breeders. And then also if you go on like Craigslist, a lot of these dogs, like there's dogs you can get on Craigslist. A lot of them are either backyard breeders or stolen dogs.
Yeah.
Where people steal these dogs and then just like resell them or rehome them on Craigslist.
This is what makes me nervous about Lady Gaga offering, or this being so in the news, is that if they stole them, I fear that these freak shows are going to kill these dogs. Because if they can't resell them, but the other thing to do would be to just in the night.
They have chips in them. For sure they have chips in them.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, what are they going to do about that? Are they going to take out the chips? Like,
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Like, because once they sell the dog, it's going to get scanned and then it's going to get alert to Lady Gaga. Like, what are you going to do? Like, everybody knows the dogs are like chipped.
But they don't. That's not what happens though with a chip, is it? It's not that it gets scanned and you get like an alert on your phone. It's just that when you scan it, it tells you who the owner is.
Yeah. So if the person doesn't
vet.
care, if the person doesn't care that it's stolen, then, then that's.
Yeah.
Well, people working at the vet will be, it depends on like.
Oh, I
their
think maybe
policies,
they're,
But they won't
to.
treat the pet if it's stolen. Yeah, they have to report it.
So
like, and also like people are gonna say like, oh, French bulldogs are expensive dogs. Like more people are gonna steal them now.
Yeah. So, but what's interesting about this is, there are a lot of dog nappings. It's the extreme violence of this case, which is a little bit like unprecedented.
Yeah.
First of all, I think we all have to assume these people knew they were Lady Gaga's dogs, right?
Well, I don't know anymore. At first, I was like, yeah, totally Lady Gaga. Like they knew, but the shooting makes it like seem like they weren't going to take it for ransom. Like that's like a whole other level of.
But then why take the dogs though? Like they just saw those dogs and they were like, I have to have them. Like
to resell them because they can make 20 grand from 2 dogs or 30 grand from 3 dogs.
I guess.
Yeah, it's two things in my opinion. It's either that because these dogs did have Instagram accounts,
right,
and the dog walker had been posting about the dogs, that like the Kim Kardashian incident when she was held up in
Paris.
France,
Yeah,
when you're posting about that stuff, then people start looking and then they're able to find out where they are and they're able to like do this. And so I would think that would be the case. But then with the shooting, it's like, well, part of me then thinks this wasn't pre-planned. This was people looking in a wealthier neighborhood or like a, to find dogs that were out on walks at night, find good ones and steal them.
Or someone who like even followed Lady Gaga's account and knew where she lived and knew that she had these dogs and was like, well, I'm going to steal these dogs.
But it's not her house. It's the dog walker's house.
Oh, right. Okay.
As like my dogs are like viciously fighting in the back.
Oh, they're so cute.
Fighting over like a bone.
Yeah. One thing I will say though is walking the dogs that late at night is a little weird in my opinion. No?
Well, it was 9:30.
I mean, maybe I'm just saying that because it's like an hour and a half past my bedtime.
West Hollywood is like, for the most part, safe, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I would think it's pretty safe. Yeah.
We're Sierra Bonita.
It was Sierra Bonita and what? What was the cross street? I'll tell you if it's safe, depending on the cross street.
By what restaurants are near there?
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you.
I think it's near the IHOP.
Then that's safe.
Yeah.
That's safe, and people are out later.
I used to live over there.
Yeah. So now it says the FBI is not involved in the probe of Lady Gaga dog napping 7 hours ago, this article.
Oh, so this is like Sunset in Sierra Bonita. Is that what
Sunset in Sierra Bonita, yeah.
Okay, so that's a little... I was thinking it was more Santa Monica Boulevard in Sierra Bonita, but this is more...
Yeah, no, this is Sunset, so this is like...
It's a little shadier.
Yeah, that area, there's like the Ralph's is kind of a few blocks away.
Rock and Roll Ralph's? You're talking about
Rock and Roll
I'm talking
Ralph's.
about Rock and Roll Ralph's. I saw Andrew Dice Clay there once wearing a shirt that said the Dice Man.
Oh, sick.
You guys should do an episode on Rock and Roll Ralph's.
I dated a guy, or no, I didn't date him.
Ralph?
I dated Ralph of Rock and Roll Ralph's. But I feel like that area is like when people move to Los Angeles,
Yes.
they move to the apartments like right in that area.
Yes.
They're like a little bit like grimy, like one bedroom, like apartment building, big apartment buildings with like a pool that's kind of gross.
Yeah, like I lived on Orange and Franklin, like by the Magic Castle, like La Brea and Sunset Hollywood area. Yeah, that was my hood.
Yeah.
And it was gross. I wouldn't walk around that area at nighttime. It does feel a little... Sunset Boulevard can get a little shady. I wouldn't think that I would get shot and robbed.
Right. Yeah. So it says
like
we already kind of covered this, but here's the 10 most frequently stolen breeds: 1 Yorkshire Terrier, 2 Pomeranian, 3 Maltese, 4 Boston Terrier, 5 French Bulldogs, 6 Chihuahua, which surprises me because those fucks are everywhere. Like 7 Labradoodle, 8 Pitbull, which I'm assuming are used for, because I think they're probably used for dog fighting rings or for bait dogs, which is horrible.
God.
That's awful.
I know. 9 German Shepherd, 10 Labrador Retriever.
You know, the guy who invented the Labradoodle, like, wrote this whole thing saying how he regretted.
It's his life's biggest regret.
Because he created a monster.
Why?
Because they're crazy. I had a Labradoodle at my house yesterday. They're insane. Yeah, my friend has a Labradoodle and she brought it over, but it's actually pretty tame. Labradoodle, it's actually, if you type Labradoodle, it's the first thing that comes up. Labradoodle biggest regret.
My biggest regret is the Labradoodle.
Labradoodle creator says the breed is his life's biggest regret. I opened a Pandora's box and released a Frankenstein's monster, says Wally Conron, who developed the mop-headed dog.
So what do you guys think is going to happen here? How do you see this panning out?
I don't know.
Oh, tell him about Danny Trejo.
Oh, yeah. So sick. So Danny Trejo says that he's got his people on the street looking for the dog. And I don't know if you know, Danny Trejo is an actor. He also has Trejo's Donuts and Trejo's Tacos.
Tacos are so good.
So good.
They're both so fucking good.
Trejo kills it.
Like, honestly, like, there's nothing this man can't do.
Yeah.
He was in Heat, Con Air, Desperado, Machete. Like, he's Spy Kids. Like, he's incredible.
Didn't he save someone's life, like, recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also an ex-con, and he was in, like, San Quentin and stuff, so he's got...
He was?
Yes, he was in jail for a while.
Contacts on the streets. He knows if something went down in West Hollywood, because that's Trejo land. That's where his donut shop and stuff is.
Yeah.
He's got people with their ears to the... whatever.
Oh, I didn't know he was in prison.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, he's going to publish a memoir soon.
So this is what's so cool. So throughout the 1960s, Trejo was in and out of jail in California. Trejo had suggested...
How old is he?
He's almost 80.
He's 76.
Whoa. No way.
Yeah. He did time in juvie, 6 prisons.
Damn. What'd he do? Murder? Murder one?
No, I don't know. It doesn't say what he did, actually. He served time in San Quentin. He was a boxer. He's been sober for 42 years.
Damn.
So
what a fascinating,
he's the coolest guy of all time.
Oh, jail for drug and robbery.
So now he is all his guys on the street being like, we got to find these dogs, dude.
Damn. He sold 4 ounces of heroin to an undercover agent. He said it was actually just sugar.
for my donut business.
Yeah, exactly. I was taking this to my donut shop.
Alcohol, narcotics.
Yeah, I'm like obsessed with Danny Trejo. I mean, I think honestly that's the best bet. Like Danny Trejo is as close to John Wick as you can get in this scenario, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
So I'm hoping maybe he can find something. I haven't looked at her Instagram. Has she put, I would be like, she's in tour in Rome right now. I would like, or she's in Rome.
Oh, she's on tour.
She's filming a movie. She's filming a movie, I think.
Oh yeah, there's no tours. There's no shows.
Yeah, I regretted that as soon as I said it. I felt so stupid.
It was a 4-door Nissan Altima.
Not a white van.
I have to assume the police is going house to house, looking at every Ring camera, and then they'll be able to piece this together, I'm sure. I mean, they have to have a license plate number.
Yeah. They said the 2 suspects are between 20 and 25 years old.
One had blonde dreadlocks.
Well, that's what happened when you start doing CBD.
Yeah.
By the way, Feels is awesome.
Wow.
It's changed. It's changed my whole sleep.
After years.
No joke.
I'm trying to tell you. It was great.
It really.
You guys can go to Feels. You guys, I'm sure you're listening to the ads, but if you go to Feels, FEALS.com and type in the promo code webcrawlers, what do you get? You get like
50% off your first package or something like that. It's crazy.
Guys.
Yeah.
I honestly really have started using it to sleep and it's really helped me.
Great.
Because I found out I could use it. I didn't think I could use CBD and then I realized I can. So now I've been using it.
I need them to send me some. They've never given me any, so I have no dog in this fight. Not to. I know I'm a Feels. I've never felt the feels.
Wow, you gotta. I want to feel up all over you. It's so good.
Give me the feels.
Yeah,
you gotta put a low jack on Piggles.
Yeah.
So Craig used to tell me to be careful with her going out at night, or like if I was driving with her, because it's always been a thing that she's a hot commodity, and if you do see her behind closed doors, you wonder why, because she really is just like a big garbage truck. She's like just a big bowling ball / garbage truck. But they do say that the French bulldog is the clown in the philosopher in clown's clothing.
I mean,
who says that?
That's what Miss Piggle says.
Philosopher in clown's clothing.
Type in French bulldog philosopher, and it's going to come up.
It's just going to be Maria in a one-woman show in college.
The philosopher in clown's clothing. They are often referred to as a clown in the cloak of a philosopher.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. They are absolutely... oh, no, that's something else.
Wow. Behind that serious mug lurks a comedian who specializes in catching you so off guard you can't stop laughing.
It's so true. They really are just nutballs. Oh my God, she's such an angel. She's a little angel.
I mean, one thing I never do, and like I would recommend, especially because like dog nappings are on the rise. Like I never leave my dogs in my car. If I like run in somewhere, I would never in a million, like when people get coffee or like run inside and then they like leash their dogs on like a parking thing, like outside. I like
crazy to
never ever do that. Like, I don't know, man.
That's crazy to me that people do that.
I saw a video of the other day on someone. It's this guy, New York Nico. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. And he
it's a New York
Nico.
Hey.
And he like just takes videos and pictures all around New York. And he posted like a Nest cam or video cam of a guy, like it was just a little mini dachshund tied up outside a coffee shop, and a guy just came in and stole it. Like,
oh my God, people are crazy.
Yeah, like keep your eyes on your animals at all time because they're like precious, precious babies.
Especially if you have like a full breed of something. See, this is why you got to get shelter pets.
That's why I get these fucks. No one wants these ugly
No one wants
fucks.
to steal Asher. Although Asher is really cute. Dolly,
yeah,
they're gonna steal Dolly and like
run
bring her
the
back.
Other way. Yeah,
They're like, I will give you money to take your dog back.
Dolly's probably stealing. She's the one stealing dogs.
Yeah.
Dolly's the one with
Dolly's
the van.
stealing humans and burying them in the backyard. That's what all those holes
those
are.
big holes are.
Yeah.
And she's conned Asher into digging the holes
she's
for
a
her.
serial killer. Yeah, Asher's like has Stockholm syndrome. Like we're all under arrest here. I haven't left the house in weeks since I got her. She holds a gun to me all day long. Yeah. So if you guys know anything, seen anything, have any ideas, first of all, you can email Goji and Gustav at gmail.com if you have any tips, if you know anything. Don't do it unless you know something. I had a friend who had her dog, lost her dog recently. She found it, fortunately, but she put up signs and people were calling her being like, I have the dog. If you pay me $500. It's so fucked up.
People did that to me when my cat went missing. It's so fucked. People called me, would just like call me and say like the crazy shit. They're like, oh, I think I saw your cat. It's down the street at this address.
Oh my God.
And like it would be this weird guy who like when he lived in Silver Lake, he called and was like, I think I saw your cat. There's like a bunch of cats on my roof down here. And like I'm not gonna be like, no, you weirdo. It's like, okay, like I desperately wanted to find my cat.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'll come over. Then I came over. He was in all these movies, these like shitty movies. He's like, here's my my DVD of like here's my reel and like here's my. I'm like, okay, well, where are the cats? And he's like, oh, they're up on the roof, and like didn't look like my cat at all. Like just wanted me to come over to his house.
Yeah.
And like people will send me emails with like links of like, here, I have a picture of your cat. It'd be like a link to like some random website.
Yeah, like a picture of a dick. Like this girl like had so many people like demanding money and they didn't even have her animal or just like fucking with her and prank calling.
It's fun.
Anyways, there are a lot of cruel people in the world. So make sure if you email that, only email if you have real information. And then also email us if you have any ideas or leave us a voicemail, or if like something like this has happened to you and you found your dog or didn't, we would love to hear what happened. Hopefully you found them because this is so horrible. I would go absolutely ape shit. I don't even know what I would do. I would
No, it would be horrible. You'd turn into John Wick because that's what happens to John Wick.
I would fucking lose it. Those movies are weird but good.
I love them. I love the John Wick movies.
I'm gonna say Keanu Reeves is a bad actor, but I will watch him in almost anything.
He's great.
He's great.
Good note to end on. Anyways, I am Allie, philosopher clown Siegel.
I am Melissa Frenchie Stetton.
And I'm Maria. She's an angel. Felicity.
Okay, bye.
Ooh, bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.